Good morning, respected lecturer and my dear friends. First of all, let us thank God for His blessing so we can gather here in good health. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nuzul Rizky Aisyah with student ID number ending in 073, and I will be the moderator as well as one of the presenters for today's presentation. Before we begin, let me introduce my team members.
Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Mukyodia Salsabiola with the last 3 digits of my student ID number by 138.
Hello everyone, my name is Kiratus Hania and the last 3 digits of my student ID number are 066.
Without further ado, let us begin our presentation. Now, I would like to begin the presentation by explaining the title. The title is Love-Based Relationship Between Teacher and Student in Early Childhood Education, and the author is Yi Huangxi, the Journal of Policy Futures in Education, and the publisher is Sage Publication, the year of 2021. Before moving on the main discussion, I would like to briefly explain the purpose of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to explain and summarize the main points of the article and focusing on the abstract, research objective, methodology, key findings, and the conclusion. In this part, I will explain about abstract summary, the core. Case statement. Now, I would like to move on the abstract summary of the article. This study discussed the importance of love as a psychological foundation in early childhood education. In other words, love is not only seen as an emotion, but also as an important basis in the teaching and learning process. The research also explores how love-based relationship can be developed between teachers and young children, especially in creating a positive and supportive learning environment. And the main findings, based on the study, it was found that love-based relationship can be developed through several strategies. These include building a sense of love within teachers, creating career and warm interaction, giving children freedom and respect, and encouraging open dialogue and participation in the classroom. Through this approach, children are not only able to feel safe and valued, but also more motivated to learn. As a result, this relationship can support children's emotional, social, and cognitive development in a more optimal way. In this part, I will explain about research objective, the aim. Statement. Now, I would like to explain the research objective of this study. The main objective of this research is to explore how love-based relationship between teachers and the students can be developed in early childhood education. In other words, this study focuses on understanding how teachers can build meaningful, caring, and respectful relationships with young children in the learning process. Importance. This research is considered important for several reasons. First, love is a basic emotional need for children, especially in early childhood. Second, love-based relationships greatly influence children's development and learning, including their emotional, social, and the cognitive aspect. Finally, this relationship help create a positive, safe, and supportive learning environment where children feel comfortable, confident, and motivated to participate in learning activities.
Okay, for the methodology of the study, the research used a qualitative approach. The study is not based on experiment or survey, but it is through documentary analysis. So the data will collect from previous studies, journals, and books that discuss love in early childhood education. The research also used both inductive and deductive thinking to analyze the data. For the sample, actually there are no direct participants in this research because this is a library-based study. The sample here refers to the scourge like academic article and theoretical reference relate to teacher-student relationship. So basically, this study focus more on understanding concept and ideas, not collecting data from people directly. Now I will explain the key findings of this study. First, the main results show that love is very important for children's emotional and social development. When teachers build positive relationship with children, it can support their learning and behavior in the classroom. The study also shows that children learn about love only from theory but from daily interaction, example, and real experience. So, what teachers do and how they treat children really matters. In addition, a student-centered approach can create a more comfortable and harmonized classroom environment. For the implication, the study suggests that the teachers should build caring and respectful relationship with children. The learning environment also needs to be warm, safe, and supportive. Children should be given freedom and opportunities to express themselves, including showing care and love to others. So overall, education is not only about academic knowledge, but also about developing children's emotional and social skills.
Next, the conclusion, the takeaway. Okay, first summary. From this study, we can understand that gender equality in education is not just about giving equal access, but it is a complex and multi-dimensional issue. Many barriers still exist, such as cultural norms, economic inequality, and gender bias in curriculum and learning environments. However, the study also saw that there are effective solutions, including gender-sensitive teacher training, curriculum reforms, and inclusive educational policies. Therefore, achieving gender equality requires a systematic and intersectional approach, meaning we must consider various social factors at the same times. Second, future research. For future research, the study suggests several important areas. First, we need to explore the issue of digital inclusion, especially the gender digital divide, which become more visible during the pandemic. And second, research should examine how climate change can affect girls' access to education. Third, there is a need to evaluate the long-term effectiveness of gender equality program. Lastly, early childhood education should become a key focus because this is the stage where gender perception and stereotype begin to develop. Next, personal reflection. Personal opinion. In our opinion, this article is very interesting because it shows that education is not always natural. In some case, education can actually reinforce an inequality if it is not designed carefully. We also appreciate how this article provides a comprehensive view by combination challenge, solution, and future directions. It helps us understand the issue not only theoretically but also practically. Next, relevance. This topic is highly relevant to our field, especially in early childhood education. At this stage, children begin to form their understanding of gender roles. And as future teacher, this article remind us we have an important responsibility environment where all children are treated equally without gender bias. To make it easier to understand, we can think of education like a garden. If the garden is not well managed, some plants will grow better than others because they get more sunlight, water, or care. This is similar to how inequality happen in education. But if we take care of all plants equally by giving the same attention, research, and opportunities, then all of the can we grow and develop properly. In the same way, education should provide equal support for all students, regardless of their gender, so everyone has the chance to success.